So it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We just finished rolling up our sleeping bags. We're going to pack up our tent. Much different morning than yesterday. Yesterday at this time we were in our tent. It was pouring down and we did not want to get out. This morning it is the opposite. It is bright and sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky. The water looks beautiful. So we're going to get up, we're going to pack up here, and hopefully about the next 30 to 45 minutes be on the water, and hopefully we'll make some good time. Beautiful campsite. Waterfalls back there helped us fall asleep, some nice white noise. And now we'll hit the road shortly and try to we got quite a few kilometers ahead of us today. So, alright, we're on the water. It's a bright, beautiful, sunny day. This is one of the other campsites we were thinking of pushing it to, but you can see all those trees in the water. That's normally campsite. It is pretty flooded. There's a little area up here you might have been able to make do, but it's quite a bit flooded. You can tell it's look at those trees there that are just poking out of the water that would normally be on dry land. So looking at this campsite, we're pretty confident that we made the right decision to stop a little bit earlier. There's Split Rock Falls that we just portaged over. Easy portage, 400 meters. Looks like people actually use it, unlike some of the other ones we've done. Sometimes it's hard to find the portages. If you didn't know where to look, would you know if there's a trail anywhere in here? We have them marked on our GPS, but it's just dense bush this whole way, and then there's a small little landing that we were able to figure out right up there that we're going to go to. You even have to just go under this tree. It's crazy. Yeah. I think this is it, though. It looks like a trail up ahead. You want to go to the left of that rock?
Yeah, I just want to get around.
Oh, okay. There's Chatterton Falls. We took a portage that was a little ways around rather than going the portage that follows the falls, because that one would be probably quite flooded, as you can see. But we're a ways away, and you can see that the current is still pretty strong. A lot of water coming down those falls. Arrows here, and a little bit of a rapid. Probably just because it's a bit of a pinch point, so all the water's going through and there's nowhere else for it to go. We were talking to a couple of Americans, and they said that it's just some fast-moving water, but the alternative, it sounds like the portage to go around this is pretty flooded and halfway through the rapids anyway. And the only other alternative is a portage that they took, which is pretty treacherous with this thing. So we're going to scope it out and see if it's something that maybe we can do ourselves in the canoe. Okay, so far so good. Yeah. Probably put on your life jackets, hey?
Mine's on.
Oh, let's go into that side over in that little area there.
Yeah.
So I can put mine on.
Oh, I didn't know yours was on.
No, I was going to put it on. I thought we were going to scope it out and then go, and I was going to put it on.
Sorry.
That's okay. I saw your jacket over top. I didn't realize you had yours on. Oh, I'll take me through so I can put mine on. Alright.
Good?
Yeah. Oh. Still going. It is 20 to 4 on day 5, and we canoed through Sturgeon Lake and then Twin Lake. We're on the Deux Rivières, and we're coming up to a portage that will bring us into Doré Lake. So it's the Deux Rivières portage. Alright, we made it to our campsite. This is our beautiful campsite on Doré Lake. It's a good size island, although it's heavily used, so there's almost no firewood. And Rich is currently boiling water to do some dishes. How are you boiling that water, Rich?
So this is the Kelly kettle, all the way from Ireland. It's 1 liter. Essentially fill it with water. And then the bottom part is a stove. The hole for oxygen to flow through, and then this is the chimney on the top. So as it's burning kindling, you just keep dropping more of it into the top there. Pine cones are a great source of kindling. They're on the ground, there's tons of them. Easy to find, they burn for a while too. With little sticks like this, actually that's a live one, this little stuff like this. Toss it in there. And you basically just keep tossing kindling in until it starts boiling. And you know it boils because it starts to whistle.
So you can see there's a fire that's going right underneath there. And then the water is surrounding it. So the water is in this tank here, and the fire in the middle is going to heat it up. And that's how we've been boiling our water to make our food all trip. Last night of the trip, it's a sign. Beautiful rainbow, the very beginning of the rainbow, that's where it starts, in Doré Lake. Yep. Which is French for gold. This, ladies and gentlemen, Doré Lake is the pot of gold where the rainbow starts. Last morning of the trip. It is just about 7 in the morning. We just finished packing up. This is our campsite. Rich is just getting the coffee and breakfast ready with the Kelly kettle. Got a beautiful view for our last breakfast in Quetico. Probably another half an hour or so by the time we enjoy our coffee and everything and get on the water. Starting off with the last portage of the trip, and then quite a few kilometers of paddling because we're in Pickerel Lake, but it's a big lake. But beautiful, beautiful morning. Last portage of the trip. Rich is getting the big sea line on, and we already brought over the canoe and the barrel, so this portage is fairly flat, bit of an small incline, and heavily used, so it's a nice trail to follow the entire way.
But ironically, it's got the most mosquitoes we've ever seen.
Yes.
Considering some of the other remote boggy portages we've done. Bugs are unreal.
Yeah, we had to put on the bug nets just to keep them off our face. I don't know if you can see them. They might not be swarming as bad right now, but they are quite bad. Finished the first portage. The bugs are crazy. I don't know if you can see them, but they are flying all around us. So, but that's the last portage. Hopping in the boat. A few hours of paddling on a big lake. And then we're back at the truck. Hopefully let's get in the water and get away from these bugs. Well, after 6 long days and a really long paddle today, we have finally made it back to where we started. This is the landing on French Lake. And we have concluded the Cache Lake Portage, Cache Lake Canoe Loop, which included the Cache Lake Portages. How do you feel, Rich?
Stiff, but humbled, and glad we did it. Man, we had good weather today too. We got really lucky, especially on that big pickerel lake.
Yeah, we had almost no wind on that huge lake. It was really, really nice. Oh, we did it, Rich.